Hi, I'm Noshin Ahmed and I manage the John Smith Centre's Emerging Leaders programme. In this video we'll look at the interview process for the programme, how to prepare for the interview and what to expect on the day. If you are successfully shortlisted for an interview for the Minority Ethnic Emerging Leaders programme, we will let you know all of the details by email. This is your opportunity to show off who you are and all the skills and experience you'd bring to the programme. You'll be interviewed by a diverse panel made up of John Smith Centre staff and professionals from a minority ethnic background. Interviews will take place in summer 2021. Due to ongoing COVID-19 restrictions and considerations, it is very likely that interviews will take place online, on Zoom for example. How to successfully prepare for your interview. Step 1. Research. It is very important that you research the John Smith Centre and the Minority Ethnic Emerging Leaders programme. Get to know the John Smith Centre. What is our mission? What do we do? Understand the Minority Ethnic Emerging Leaders programme. What are the aims of the programme? What does the programme involve? Having a good understanding of these things will help you stand out from the crowd. Take the time to go through all of the information on our website. Reread the Minority Ethnic Emerging Leaders programme description. Look at the essential and desirable criteria. Make sure you understand all of the details. Step 2. Match to the programme. After you've done your research and you've got a good understanding of the programme and what's involved, think about matching what we want to what you have. You've got a clear idea of what the essential and desirable criteria are. Now reflect on your experience and identify when you have demonstrated these skills in the past. Think about your achievements, work experience, volunteering, academic life in school or higher education, hobbies and interests, family responsibilities and life experience. Think about your best experiences. How would you describe them? Consider the skills and strengths you have developed and how do these match to the programme. For example, have you been playing football and delivered leadership skills from this? Or perhaps you set up an event as part of a charity or a club. Really think about how all of your experiences and skills can match to the programme. Step 3. Understand how competency-based interviews work. Interviews for the Minority Ethnic Emerging Leaders programme will be competency-based. A competency is a skill or ability required to take part in the programme. Competency interviews work on the idea that past behaviour is the best indicator of future performance. Our assumption is if you've been able to demonstrate this skill in the past, you'll be able to keep doing it in the future. We'll ask you a set of questions, each focusing on a different skill relevant to the essential criteria. While answering competency-based interview questions, use the STAR technique to structure your answers. This will help you to communicate all the important points clearly and concisely. It's okay to use some of the examples from your application, but we're looking for a bit more detail about the actions you took and the results you achieved. Try to use different examples from your application form if you can. Step 4. Practice. The best thing you can do in the lead up to an interview is talk out loud to yourself. You could also do a mock interview with a friend or a family member. Think about the content you want to bring into the interview. Use all your best examples. This allows you to hear what works, the evidence that is most persuasive, and for you to feel confident in your delivery. Some people practice in front of a mirror or even video themselves. Score the effectiveness of your answer on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you do well? What can be improved? Then try again. Although we can't give you the questions in advance, it is best practice to prepare for common interview questions such as: tell us about yourself. Why do you want to take part in the programme? Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Do you have any questions for us? These are just a few common interview questions. Preparing for typical interview questions can help you feel more prepared and less nervous. Have a look online for other common interview questions that are related to the essential criteria. Remember, in the interview, we'll be testing how your skills and experience match up with the essential criteria. So it's a good idea to look at skills that crop up in the criteria, such as communication and organisation skills, and prepare examples for these. Take this time to think about interview questions that you may get asked and think about how you'd structure your answer. Step 5. First impressions count. You don't get a second chance at making a first impression, so make sure that it counts. Plan what you're going to wear and dress appropriately. This is a professional development program, and therefore we expect you to dress professionally. This applies even if your interview is online. Smile. You're trying to build a warm rapport with the interview panel, and a smile is a great way to start. Make eye contact in the room, or try to look at the camera if it's an online interview. Be aware of your body language. Move items off your desk so you're not tempted to fidget with these. Be on time. Arrive 10 minutes before your interview is due to start, whether this is in person or online. If it's an in-person interview, plan your journey so you know where to go and any transport you need to take. If it's an online interview, test your equipment and make sure you know how to join Zoom. Top tips for online interviews. Some more top tips for online interviews are: ensure you have a stable internet connection. Position yourself somewhere close to the Wi-Fi router where the signal is strongest. An Ethernet cable may also improve your connection. Minimize other traffic on your internet connection. Turn off other devices that are connected to your router and close other apps on your device. Make sure that your device is plugged into power to avoid any battery issues. Minimize any other noises or distractions in the room if your interview is online. Let the people you live with know that you have an interview and not to disturb you during that time. Make sure you're well lit. We want to be able to see you. You could sit at a window, use a lamp behind your screen, or use a ring light. Ensure your webcam is at eye level. To make a professional impression, make sure your background is tidy and avoid using a moving background. Make sure to switch off or put your mobile phone on silent so you're not interrupted. Keep a glass of water with you and a notepad and pen. Finally, be yourself. We want to know all about you, your interests, and what skills you feel you can bring to the program. So, there you have it. 5 steps to interview success on the Minority Ethnic Emerging Leaders program. Good luck, and if you have any questions about the interview process, please get in touch.